Hello, this video will cover how to begin the practice set. First, you need to select your course. So find your course on the dashboard from Canvas, and then you're going to scroll down to the practice set module. That should be after chapter 6. I'm going to go ahead and collapse these earlier chapters so I don't have so much to scroll down. And you're going to look for the practice set overview. Make sure you read this item first. This was due today, and go ahead and read this information and then click on next. Once you get into next, you will actually be directed to the first part. First part, it has its own due date so that students will not procrastinate. And so you'll notice here points 50, your due date is listed here, and then this is where you will submit the file. Now that the first half of the course is completed, students should be ready to begin the practice set. This is a long assignment, so please do not procrastinate. Students should begin once they have completed chapter 6. Now, although there is a due date, you're welcome to submit this early. My only request is that you do not start part 2 until you have received feedback for part 1. So you're going to use the following files. You'll notice there's 2 files. I recommend that each student print out both files and work on the assignment manually. So what you'll do is you'll click on the directions, and it should open up a document, and then save it. And then you'll open this up in Word. And then the second file, we'll open that. And you'll see this is an Excel file, so save. And this will launch Excel for you. Once you have your file open in Word, you will see that there is a place where it says File, and you're going to print, and then print all 7 pages. All the pages. You can do one-sided, two-sided, whatever you choose. And as an alternative, since you don't actually need to work on these files, you may just choose to work on it via the computer. So I'm going to go ahead and print those out. And then once I do that, I'll have a hard copy, and make sure you go through and you read the directions. So if I keep scrolling, I believe it's the 3rd page, you'll see the overview of the practice set. You keep going, keep going, keep going. And you'll see the instruction steps. Complete each of the following steps in order. Assume Rocky Ram uses a perpetual inventory system, which we learned back in chapter, I believe that was 4 and 5. Be sure to complete each step before you begin the next step. So that means you'll complete all of step 1. Once this is all done, then you'll go to step 2 and so forth. And I believe you're only supposed to go to, let me see, let's go back to the directions. You're only supposed to complete steps 1 through 10 for the first part. So you'll do the first 10 first. And since you are an online class, keep in mind that you're going to need to submit these items. You can scan them if you have access to a scanner. If not, you can take a picture of the pages that you have used to complete the steps. That's an option. And then the third option, of course, you can always use the Excel version and just upload that file. But it depends on how you complete it. That's how you're going to submit it. And then again, you'll see warning, do not wait until the last minute. I had students do this, and this is a big chunk of your grade. So you don't want to wait till the last minute. You will not have enough time. So if you go on, look at the grading matrix, it'll tell you each of the steps and how you're graded and how you're awarded the points to get you to your total of 50. And once you've done that, you can submit your assignment, and then you will upload your files, choose files to upload, and then submit. And that's pretty much how you submit it. And then the second part is located on Excel. So remember, there's 2 files. Make sure you select Enable Editing. And what it will do is it will open up the entire workbook. And what I mean by workbook, for those of you that are maybe new to Excel or limited exposure to Excel, you will see there are several tabs down here. So you'll see November trial balance, General Journal 1, General Journal 2, worksheet, a bunch of different tabs. So if you click on these tabs, each of these are individual pages within the workbook. So an easy way to go ahead and print out everything would be File, Print, and then you will go to the pages, and you'll notice here at the bottom, let's see if I can show it to you, it says 1 of 1. Well, there's more than that in terms of pages. It says Print Active Sheets. In Excel, if you do the drop down and you select the Print Entire Workbook, select that option, and then what it'll do is it'll take all the files and all the tabs, and then you will see, if we wait for a moment, it'll tell you the actual number of pages for all the tabs, not just the first tab. So I still see it. Let me see, where is it? Oops. There it goes. 16 pages. So it'll actually print out 16 pages for all of the tabs here, and then you can actually print them out and manually work on them. And just click on print. And this is the entire workbook. So I've done that. I've already printed it out. Now, if you choose the third option to work directly on the Excel spreadsheet, let me collapse my ribbon so you can see more on the view. And I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. But you should see that you can go from each item, each of the pages within the spreadsheet, and then you can fill out the information. You'll see that for step 1 that was mentioned, and it's already done for you, but let's go to the directions. Prepare the journal entries if needed to record the December 2018 transactions found on page 4. The journal entry should be written on the general journal pages provided on pages 7 through 8 of this practice set. Remember to skip a line between each journal entry and use J1, J2, J3, etc. instead of the date. So if we go ahead and go down to the page 4, you'll see that this is December 2018 transactions. And it says, on December 1st, Rocky Ram received $17,000 from Kangaroo Inc. for partial payment of account. First entry journalized and posted for you. So if we go back to the Excel spreadsheet, we have J1, and because we received cash, we debit our cash. We list that first under column B, and then we list our second account to be credited under column C, accounts receivable, dash the detail customer is Kangaroo. The only reason why we see account reference numbers here is because the account has also been posted. I mean, not the account, but the journal entry has been posted. And then the debit, there's $17,000 that's going to the cash account on the debit side. And of course, our debits must equal credit. So $17,000 credit goes to the credit side. And let's see. Getting all these notifications. Stop. I have to turn those notifications off. So now we're ready for the second one. So we're going to skip a space. J2 will be the transaction number. We're using this instead of the date because I have to go through and grade all these, and it's just a lot easier by using the transaction number so it corresponds to your directions. So the second one, you'll read it on December 1st. Rocky Ram received $9,000 in advance for renting office space in Bullwinkle, well, space 2 Bullwinkle. So they are the tenants, and it's from December 1st through February 28th. So we're receiving cash in advance for rent. So we're going to debit cash. Now we are going to credit an account. And we're going to leave the accounts reference blank because we're not posting it yet. That's another step. And the amount is $9,000. Now I know that my debit is going to be 9 because I'm increasing my cash by the $9,000. But I also know I'm going to have to credit some account for $9,000. Well, what we'll need to do is look at the chart of accounts. In the chart of accounts, what we'll do is we'll go ahead and use the November trial balance since we're now in December. So let's click on that, and you'll see that the unadjusted trial balance as of November 30th has the following accounts, and some of them are blank. That means they don't have anything in them, but these are the account numbers that we're using. And if you scroll down, you'll go ahead and see that there is an account called unearned rent revenue. So we're going to use that account, unearned rent revenue. So we're going to go ahead and type that in for our account to be credited. Earned rent revenue. And we'll just keep entering our journal entries. So J2, this is all you have to do. And ready for the next one. So if you have any questions, you can post in Google Hangout, or you can post in the practice set general questions discussion. So hopefully this helps you get started. And again, you're not going to do the posting to the general ledger until you get to the, I think step 3. Step 3 would be when you do the posting. And the posting, again, you'll see here J1, that's the cross-reference. They put the account number in the journal. They put the amount that was debited, and then the balance was previously a debit balance of $40,900. That was from November. And then now we are looking at adding 17 plus the 40,900. That's how we get our new running total balance. And it's on the debit side since it's increasing. And if you scroll down, kind of like using our T accounts, but we're basically doing a running balance total. And then the accounts receivable, we are actually going to put the explanation in to include the customer name so we know which customer gets credit for this account receivable. And you'll see here, Kangaroo, again, the cross-reference. This time it's on the credit side, but since the normal balance of AR is debit, you have your $74,000 minus the 17, so our new balance is the $57,000. Well, that concludes this video, and remember, today is a great day to learn accounting.